Right, well, Tom Abell and James Rew, it's hard to know where to start. What a day it's been. All-time record partnership of 313 for Somerset for the fourth wicket in first-class cricket. Your highest individual score, Tom, and 150 for the pair of you. I mean, it's just been a tremendous day.
Yeah, I mean, coming in at 25 for 3 when our partnership started, didn't really see this happening, but to come off at the end of the day, as you said, is it's just been incredible.
The highest partnership between the pair of you, eclipsing the 244 that you made against Lancashire a couple of years ago. You obviously enjoy batting together a lot.
Yeah, I certainly enjoy batting with Rew. He's an unbelievable player. Just seeing how he trains and, the innings he's played for us, I think that's his 11th. And, coming in at that point, he's such a great ally to have out there, is it working? Just because he's, when you come in, he's always scoring, plays shots all around the ground, and I think certainly helps me while I'm sort of getting into my innings, building a partnership, but still sort of, getting runs on the board. I think there was obviously a little bit of nip in it at the top, and obviously they've got top bowlers that exploited that, and then it was just a case of trying to get a partnership, and obviously through the day the ball got a bit older and it's obviously a pretty good pitch, so yeah, we just tried to take advantage of that partnership and just take it as deep into the day as we could.
Must be particularly satisfying for you though, Tom, because runs have been harder to come by this season than in some recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I've been way off it, to be honest. Not through lack of trying, but yeah, just the way it's sort of gone for me. But I guess within that, I think as a team we've been flying and going really well. So, been winning games and getting some good draws, and it's a great team to be a part of. And yeah, look, my batting's not been great, to be honest, but I guess coming in that situation, it was just all we needed to do was try and get a partnership going and establish ourselves. And sometimes you can't really see where your next score's coming from, but you just got to hope that if you can get through that first little phase, then things will hopefully get easier. But yeah, as I say, it does help batting with someone like Rew, because he is class. Sorry to embarrass you, mate, but at times I say you can feel like things are pretty tough out there and then hard to score, but he's always sort of keeps the scoreboard going. And yeah, he probably doesn't get, I know obviously everyone will talk a bit about Rew, but he probably doesn't get the praise that he deserves. He's, I think, as good as anyone in the country, and he just keeps delivering sort of when we need him to as well. That's the other thing to say about some of his innings. So yeah, we're very lucky to have him in the team, and I think we need to make sure we're sort of banging that drum, and because he is that good.
Well, Somerset certainly needed you this morning, James Rew, when 0 for 2. What did you feel as you were walking out to bat?
Yeah, I felt under a bit of pressure, to be fair. A little bit nervous, just kind of had visions of a Durham game last week coming through, coming again. But yeah, I thought it would be a little bit easier if we could get through the first hour. The clouds were in all day, but this morning was particularly dark. So yeah, it was just about building a partnership. And Josh Davey, I know he didn't get many, but he faced a few balls for us and did a good job opening up again. So but it was just about building a partnership and kind of getting the shine off that Kookaburra ball, and then seeing where we got from there.
And presumably the longer the day wore on, the flatter the pitch became, and the softer the ball became, and the easier batting became? Yeah,
for sure. The Kookaburra ball definitely goes a little bit softer than the Duke, and kind of doesn't swing as much, doesn't quite nip as much. So yeah, it did become a little bit easier once we got through that first period, but obviously it was nice to have Abe's at the other end playing a classy knock, as he always does, and showing me the way. He says that I showed him the way, but it's a load of rubbish, to be honest. I take a lot out of his book watching him play at the other end, and he's obviously one of the best players we've got. So yeah, to bat with him is incredible.
Left-hand, right-hand combination, and I was very impressed with the way in which you rotated the strike.
Yeah, we did speak about that actually. As a left-hand, right-hand combination, we thought it'd be a little bit harder for them to find their lines more consistently if we could rotate the strike. So yeah, that was one of our game plans if we couldn't find the boundary. But yeah, it's obviously quite a quick outfield. The ball runs off quite quickly, but yeah, if we couldn't find that boundary, it was just about trying to rotate the strike and kind of keep the bowlers under pressure.
Game plan for tomorrow, Tom?
I think obviously, yeah, we're pretty happy with our position, but I think obviously, thinking ahead in the game, I think, you have to take 20 wickets to win the game, and things can be fairly attritional. I think obviously, again, we're going to have to establish ourselves in the morning. Hopefully we can build another partnership or two, and then, play with a little bit more freedom, hopefully later on in the afternoon. But
it doesn't look, though, as if there's much in this pitch for either spin or seam.
Course. Yeah, of course. I think it's a pretty good batting surface, to be honest. There's not a huge amount to assist the bowlers, but equally, I think you've got to back your sort of attack. We've got a very skilled attack, a varied attack, and obviously we've got quality spinners. So I think there were signs that, the ball was gripping at times, and obviously the hope is that through the game that will become a little bit more prominent. So as I say, obviously first innings runs are going to be crucial. We've got to, not take today for granted, establish ourselves tomorrow, and then hopefully we can build a sort of sizable first innings lead, and then just go to work with the ball and, accept that at times it might be a little bit attritional, but, try and have clear plans, and if we can execute those well and build pressure on them, because if we can get a good score, pressure does certainly play a factor, and, there's a lot of time in the game. So that'll be our plan tomorrow.
Well, it's been a great day's cricket. Congratulations to both of you on 2 wonderful innings.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, cheers. Thank you.
Well played, chaps.